Hey folks, very good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Early morning, actually late night. It's about nap time, but I decided I was gonna do this video actually, this review, the next morning when I wake up. But then I was like, let's just do it, okay? I'm feeling like the positive vibe. So this fragrance is gonna be like a very old fragrance. It's not a new fragrance, but some may argue it's a dated fragrance, but it's still available in the market. It's selling, and in Bangladesh, I see this fragrance everywhere. And this fragrance is from the house of the Perfumers Workshop Limited. All right, and the fragrance I'm about to review is this amazing juice. It's called Tea Rose, and this fragrance is intended for women, but to my nose, what I really feel, it's pretty unisex. So if you like rose-based scents, like something that you like that contains that note of florals, such as rose dominant, like prominent rose. You can watch out for this review, and I'll tell you who's it for, seasons, the usuals. You know the drill. But before I start, I would like to say thanks, and I don't know if I'm doing it right. Thanks to my good brother Manny for featuring me in your page, in your group. It's an honor to be there. I know it's like I I don't know. Simply, it's just such a nice gesture from you, brother. And he calls me fam. Like family. So they have this nice army sort of J Royal. There's Ashton, him, many other guys. So I think there's also Timmy as well. So yes, sort of like army. So being featured there, it feels like privilege, and I'm honored. Thank you so much, you guys rock. So yes, hopefully you guys, if you haven't subscribed to Manny's channel, please check him out. By the way, he is a very very humble guy, and he keeps his videos very precise, right to the point, very professional, unlike me, because I'd like to talk away. But if you haven't checked out, I'll put his channel link below. Check him out. He's a great guy, great reviewer. All right. So here you go. So this fragrance, let me tell a few things about it before I start. So the fragrance, I think this is the original one. Then there's quite a few flankers out after this. So this fragrance was out in 1977. I wasn't even born then. I was born in 1981. So yes, it is. It's before my time. So respect already. Second thing is this EDT, and it's very inexpensive fragrance. There have been quite a few reviews on this, and I decided, like there's this trend in our community that is people actually always looking forward to brand new releases. They don't, after 2 3 years pass by some great fragrances, don't they talk anymore. I feel sometimes I like to like dig from the past and bring back some fragrances that I've experienced, like to share with you. I think you may look into it if it may interest you. All right. And this fragrance comes in 120 ml. The price is around, in Bangladesh, give or take 13 to 20 US dollars for that. So it's already a great value, you can understand. And I was saying it is built for women, but I don't really feel this fragrance is just solely for women. I think men can equally rock this. All right. So the flankers I was talking about before I start the review, there are three flankers. The one of them is available. The other two I never seen in my life. So one is called the jasmine. Okay. Second one is the amber, and there's the third one is called musk. So I think it's a what the musk is supposed to be, but I think it's guessing it's musk. So there's also already few reviews on those, but the jasmine one exclusive, there's no review. I might buy that fragrance because it's not that expensive, and I really like that fragrance, so I'll review it. So the I think that's pretty much it. And the fragrance house is called the Perfumers Workshop. Quite interesting. Okay, so here's the box. In Bangladesh, this is available everywhere. If you go to any fragrance shop, they might have this, highly likely. It looks like this, black. It's called Tea Rose, and all your typical information is very old school classic. It's a very powerful sort of a fragrance. Okay, back there is your other information, and is your expiry date is mentioned, and production date. I believe these are made in USA. Yes, it says made in USA. And I put the sticker just for collection. It was on the plastic, so you can throw it or whatever, you can keep it, but I like to keep my boxes. So here's the bottle. It's a very stunning looking bottle. This bottle reminds me of one of the vintage bottles that I don't own but I wanted to own. Just let me show you. You'll get some idea. If you know the vintage of Body Coolers by Vassal, that had this extra part like the base under that bottle. But this is more newer one, so I don't have the vintage, unfortunately. Pep does. I've seen his review, so this is pretty cool. Okay, to me, like people can feel differently. And it's very simple. It has a sticker up there. I like the simplicity of it. It says Tea Rose, it's ADT, Eau de Toilette, 120, and then 4.4 fluid ounces, 120 ml. Okay, and it says the name of the house. It almost looks like a niche. I don't know if it's a niche house. The juice color is very impressive. It's a very bright greenish sort of yellowish. It beats the contrast wise. It beats my beautiful Sunshine Man. If you see the contrast, it's even like more brighter than that. All right. So yes, it's a very nice chunky bottle, heavy base. I really like it. It's simple yet elegant, and the cap will remind you a lot of this Aramis. This fragrance reminds me a lot of Aramis for him, the classic one. Smell wise, very different, but it has a lot of common factors. It's the same sort of age and stuff. Okay, so when you see bottom, it has some things lasered. So the cap is one of the very cheap caps. You expect that from a cheap cologne. I'm taking my time. Sorry for this review. And the atomizer is kind of cheap as well. If you can see, it's one of those cheap sort of like, maybe you can see this in a I don't know, Jovan or something, Jovan, those houses, all right? But pretty impressive juice color, okay? So I don't have anything on my hand. I took a shower. Let me spray this. Spray on this is all right. I'm not gonna go very heavy. Let me tell you, this is you have to really control your excitement. Just go very less, minimalist with the sprayer, okay? Huge sprayer, okay? Big spray, bigness comes out. So no problem. It's not fit. You can pick it up, no problem. But that's it, pretty much. Okay. So let me tell you a few things before I start how it smells. This fragrance, I didn't like it when I tried it for the first time. It's like 1 year back I tried it, and I right away said, this is not my kind of fragrance. This is not my style of fragrance. But then over the year, over the months, taste changes. You start, like things start growing on you. Okay. Let me show you another fragrance that I never was fan of, but it's growing on me now. Aramis Calligraphy Rose. This amazing jammy rose sort of fragrance. Look at the color of the juice. So this is a rose-based fragrance, but it has a lot more going on. That's another powerhouse. So this right now is one of my most favorite rose-based fragrance, and you will see why. I'll explain to you. So when I did try it, I didn't like it. It's right away. It hits your face like poof, and you'll be like, like, oh, what did just hit me? Was it a lorry or what? It's a heavy. If you know Bogart Puram, if you know that one, Aramis, if you know Kuros, this has the same strength. It's just gonna hit you like a raging bull, and bam, you cannot miss it. That's why I said one spray rule applies. I think this is one of those. Just go one spray around your neck, on your chest, wherever your, like routine is, or you can go on your arm, somewhere here, up to you. Clothing, it will last whole day. So the thing is, I'm still not very big fan of the opening, because this has that opening. You get bergamot, but very old school classic sort of bergamot, like a powerhouse. So this is where it feels like it's not just women wearing, like it has that old sort of orange bergamot peel. So if you think of the days of YSL Jazz, Kuros, Lapidus, those time, it's somewhere from that time's baby. Okay, so many people will not fall for this because of that opening, because it's a very strong spicy opening, and it will also give you like the rose, but the rose gets settled and it gets more enjoyable in the base, and like mid and the base, it's the rose on the top. It's not very nice with that spicy sort of citrusy opening. And another thing is, this is a spicy opening, alright, but it doesn't have that powdery note that many rose-based fragrance has. And there's no oud in this, but there's a lot of rosewood, there is cedarwood, amber, and Brazilian rosewood. I think, yeah, Brazilian rosewood. Yes, that's the main cedar, whatever the woody aspect, but that's in the base. So you're gonna get, apart from the bergamot and rose, you're also gonna get, I think, a sandalwood and amber. Okay, but they mentioned Fragrantica. These are all taken from Fragrantica, by the way. Okay. They also mentioned tuberose and lily. So opening, there is none of that, but maybe the tuberose is somewhere there, mixes with that rose, which tones it down. It's not very prominent rose for the first 2 hours. After 2 hours, the longer you wear it, after the 2 hour mark, if you survive, longer you wear it, you're gonna start smelling that rose. And this rose, my friends, it's not the rose of a rose palette. I'm writing down the notes here. I written down the notes so I don't miss these points. It's not a rose palette. It's not a single rose. It's not even a bouquet of roses. This on the 2 hours dry down, it's a garden of very, very mature red dark roses. It's like desire, it's like passion. It's like, imagine a beautiful dress, a lady's wearing beautiful dress, like gown sort of, from her shoulder all the way to her legs, all right, or to her knee, okay, that beautiful red velvety sort of rose. And there's no powder, there's no oud, and there is no skankiness of animalic feel on the dry down. Opening, yeah, you might feel a little bit powerhouse, a little bit animalic, but it fades away. That bergamot, old school bergamot, fades away. That's where the Aramis feel will say bye bye. Okay. So this feels like very masculine. I don't know how this is not unisex. Okay, I have yet to try the amber and the musk, but the jasmine, it's very floral. That is understood. It's more ladylike. Now the performance on this. This is beast mode. This lasts like literally crazy. And I'll tell you something funny. I was about to buy Amouage Lyric Man. I tried that. It didn't work for me. Why? It's a beautiful fragrance. It's a very complex fragrance, very well made fragrance. You can tell the quality of the juice is good. But for the price, my God, I mean, I couldn't find any justification. I got instead Reflection Man. Okay, I felt that was more worth it. But it just didn't work for me. It's just my humble opinion. It doesn't mean Lyric Man is a bad fragrance. But for the price, I couldn't justify that purchase. This met my craving for that rose note. I'm not saying this is that quality or whatever. This is more like Chanel number 5 sort of feel from it. Okay. So you're gonna get a lot of angles is gonna hit you from. It's gonna dazzle you. It's gonna remind you of your maybe parents who are from that era, maybe your grandparents who lived that era, maybe your grandmother. But it's so prominent. It's so nice. It's so regal. It doesn't smell like it used to be like $8 once. Now it price has gone a little bit high. It doesn't feel like that kind of price range fragrance. It's literally a steal. For 120 ml, it should easily be $48 plus. I'm telling you, okay? And it's for cold weather. You can wear it daytime, nighttime, no problem. You can wear it like a signature scent. And you should plan ahead if you want to wear a fragrance like this, like especially this one. Let's say you want to go out to a cinema with your friends and you want to wear this in the cold weather. Don't spray it right before you leave. Spray it 1 to 2 hours prior. So when you go out, that rose is already beautiful and it's projecting like that lush. I'll just say it's like lush, like, so it's like everywhere around you, like a magic potion moving around like a genie. I can play around with my words, limited words, whatever, with this. But I'm in love with this fragrance. It took me time to understand the concept of this fragrance. These fragrances, fragrances like these classics shouldn't ever disappear from the shelf. This one should get more love. This line, I'm definitely gonna try to get as many as I can. I'll review them. Great. It's ridiculous how cheap this is for the quality, for the stuff you get. You cannot have a better bargain than this. Okay, it's a cheapie, but there's nothing cheap about this fragrance. So who's not gonna like it? What's the downside of it? It's not for everyone. You can understand it's a very daring fragrance, love it or hate it. It took me 1 year to love this and understand the fragrance. Now the complexity. It takes mature nose. I think it's for 25 or 30 plus. Even if you're a lady or man, doesn't matter. It's for that crowd. And this fragrance is for cold weather, as I told you. Don't try to pull this off in the hot weather. You're gonna really choke to death. Okay, so it's a powerhouse slash, let's say, Beauty and the Beast in one bottle. Okay, and more or less, I think that's pretty much all I want to talk about this. And I just enjoy this through and through. More I wear it, I see the beauty of it. That rose, it just comes out with that leaf, little bit, the green leaf. It has this hint of greenness somewhere. It gives that little bit wild, it's so addictive. So I'm not gonna say it's a must buy because it's damn cheap. Don't blind buy this, definitely. Go and try it. Even if you don't like it, I'm not gonna blame you. But go around for 2 hours. Come back and you decide if you wanna buy it or not. My recommendation to you, this is one of the classics. I am privileged. It's an honor to review this fragrance, okay? This is called Tea Rose from the House of the Perfumers Workshop Limited. And I'll be reviewing the jasmine when I get it. All right. Hope you enjoyed the review. I'm sorry I made it a little bit too long, but I wanted to talk about this fragrance in detail. This is one of the best rose-based fragrance, and I'm not gonna buy Lyric Man anymore after this because it made my craving. I'm not saying this is as good as that, as high quality built, whatever, but for the price, for the smell, I rather have 10 bottles of this. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for always supporting me. I always love you guys, and God bless all of you. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.